This country is going through what you call malfeasance and lies. Malfeasance and lies. Everybody, it seems, under this regime of William Ruto is just plainly lying. They lie with figures, they lie with speech. They are now lying on our bank statements, and they've been doing it for a while. This time, they have been caught. And when they were caught, they tried to correct their mistake. When they tried to correct their mistake, they left something dangling. 150 billion outside our main bank account. That they cannot explain. They call it a sovereign bond account. A sovereign bond account. I don't know whether any of you members of the press know of a bond that we have gone out on the market for. That is over $1 billion. Whether we have gone on the market to secure a euro bond or such bonds, that we know nothing of. So something is clearly wrong in the Treasury. They seem to be feeling a problem, and we know the problem. The problem is they don't have money. The problem is the Treasury is dry. All the indicators are showing it. And that problem is clearly coming to bear. So now we are going through what is called false accounting. False accounting. False misrepresentation of facts. I'm sorry, Mr. William Ruto, it is coming to an end sooner than you expected.
The largest development we know is SGR. Is there anything bigger? According to the books, that was a borrowing of 450 billion shillings. If you can show me what is larger than that, I will accept. So what is this borrowing? And I'll give you a current example, right? This budget of 25-26, current budget, it has a development budget passed by Parliament of 264 billion shillings, right? There is a Gazette notice that came out from the Minister of Finance last month that says the borrowings of the government are 1.4 trillion. So for which development? What is that extra 1.1 trillion for? Do you see? Correct. Even if you are saying you're borrowing 100% for the development that is in the budget of 264, that is odious debt. Because if you cannot account for it in the budget, then it is fake debt. But more frightening is that in those years, remember, we are also paying back debt. For whatever debt has been taken, we have been paying back. The 10 years of Uhuru, we paid back debt. Remember, we only approved 2 trillion borrowing. We borrowed almost 8. We paid back 5.6 trillion. Since Ruto came to power, the first year we paid back 1.4. The following financial year, we paid back 1.9, almost 2 trillion. This year, we are going to pay another 2.3 trillion. And all we are seeing is the debt is increasing. From Uhuru, it was 8.5. Today, it is going to 12 trillion. And yet we are paying. It is our debt, you and I. It is us as taxpayers. We are the owners of government. We are the owners of the costs of government. That debt, it is us who pay it. So they come to raise taxes because they cannot meet this debt. Now, just to show you what a crisis it is, for every 100 shillings we give as taxation, all right, 70 shillings is going to payment of debt. So government is left with 30. It needs 40 for the counties. They are borrowing 10. Negative. It needs 50 for salaries, negative 60. It needs 30 for operations, negative 90. That's why the development budget of this financial year is the smallest in the history of the last almost 20 years of this government, which is 264 billion. It is the smallest. There's no room for development in this country. So as Ruto is talking, he's talking to himself. There's no room in the budget, in the Treasury, for development of our lives. So what are we contributing to? Where is this representation for our taxation? Yeah, that money is all going out. So we are of the view that we should be only paying legitimate debt, what is properly anchored in our laws, that went to things that were approved in our budget. Anything outside of that is not something Kenyans should be paying anymore. And by our calculation, it means that we have no debt. In my government, the intention is that we suspend all debt payments and do a proper government audit. Because I have done one on the basis of public records. But you'll be surprised when you enter government, you find the mashimo are even deeper. I saw Senegal when Traore took over. He did an audit of the debt, and they had said that it was 70% to GDP ratio. He has found it was almost 100. I know Lunga in Zambia, when he took over, he looked at the debt and he said he saw debts there that were never public knowledge. So we don't know how deep this hole is. What we could be seeing in public record may be falsehood, right? Yeah. We already have seen the holes, but it could be much deeper. So the first thing you do is that you audit in government, because now they have got to give you all the information. And after a period of that audit, remember we are suspending all payments until we have done an audit. And it's within our rights. We must know, especially as a new government, what we are taking on. After that suspension, I am certain, if our records are showing correctly today, we will say there's money that was paid to people who should never have been paid. And there's money that is due to people who are due, like World Bank. So we'll be saying, when we say no debt, we have probably overpaid or paid people who should never have gotten that money. And that's why we are saying that that one comes to those who are legitimately being paid, but it does not come from our taxes. Illegitimate debt is bigger than legitimate debt. And our payments have mostly been to illegitimate debt. That's why I say we have no debt. So we'll have what is called a check-off system. And that check-off system will mean that the taxpayer will not be burdened with this heavy cost. That 70 shillings of every 100 that they contribute to the government is going to this one item. An economic genocide has been done on us, and we must understand how it has been done, what has been done, and that the answer is to remove this problem. You cut off debt, we are free of that genocide. And we need, that is the true question of the next election cycle. Whenever it happens, it's the economy. It is not tribe, it is not what. And the leadership that is able to do that is the only one that Kenyans should be saying are going to be the ones who are elected. We want people who are going to say we're going to cut off this pain on day one. Anything short of that, we are not hearing. We are not hearing.